PROUT, or Progressive Utilization Theory, is a socioeconomic theory that fosters a society where people work together for the common good without having to sacrifice their individuality. I am especially interested in PROUT personally because it seems to be the socioeconomic theory and structure of government and economy most likely to progress us towards Gene Roddenberry's optimistic vision of a future for humanity.
PROUT is a radically progressive set of design principles for creating an equitable post-capitalist society.
For me, PROUT is a socioeconomic theory that addresses the problem of how we function as a global society, because there are multiple issues that are coming down the pike that we are going to have to globally solve together. The pandemic is one example. Climate change is another big one. So there's these things that we have to be able to organize together, and we are functioning in a global society now, but not intentionally. So PROUT is a socioeconomic theory for how we intentionally function as a global human society while still maintaining the autonomy of individual people and cultures. PROUT functions off of the premise that every being, every individual, every culture has a potential to bring to the world that they should have the liberty and the means to express. So PROUT seeks to meet the needs of individual people and protect the rights of nature while maintaining collective good on a global level. The main way that this is achieved is through local economic control. So all decision-making power about the economy and how work is done on a local level. So this really puts power into the hands of the people rather than having a global society which sequesters power globally, which would be terrible. We want to find a way to bring power back into the hands of the people. It's the best theory that I've come across for how to do that.
To me, PROUT is the answer to a question, and the question is what to do about dragons. When I say dragons, I mean hoarders of wealth. If you think back to like Beowulf and the story which was set with old Germanic tribe culture, they had a system of governance and a system of social organization that used the comitatus, which is basically you've got a lord, they're the ring giver, and they distribute wealth to the warriors, and the warriors in turn, they have allegiance to the lord, and there's a very tight social connection there, and wealth is the social lubricant that strengthens that. If you have a lord that is not distributing rings, if they're stingy, if they're not taking care of their people, everything breaks down. Your people are not going to come with you into battle. The reason that the dragon is such a prominent villain, both in Beowulf and in medieval literature in general, is because it is a stagnant energy. It is a breakdown of the social cohesion. It takes wealth and it just sits on it. There is no social movement. There is no function to the wealth. It's not being used. It's not being transferred between people or things. It's just being hoarded. And so we see this today in a lot of different ways. All the billionaires, for example. Why do we live in a system where people have been able to amass the amount of wealth that they do? It's insane. And the reason that some people are very hesitant to criticize or do anything to stop it is because we really can't conceive of the number of billion. If people could conceive of how much a billion is, there would be no billionaires because people would be like, this is ridiculous. But essentially we live in a world with dragons. How did it get this way? We live in a system that allows and perpetuates dragons. It rewards people for dragon-like behavior. Regular people and people that have inherited a lot of benefits can become dragons and basically suck the wealth out of societies and just sit on it. All of that wealth is squandered and wasted because there's no social use to it. So PROUT is a solution to this problem. It says we need to not only redistribute, but we need to actually stop this from being a problem in the first place. We can't just go French Revolution every century or two and just say there's too many dragons, behead them all. We have to actually organize it from the ground up so that dragons don't occur at all. Wealth should not be congregating in these giant heaps anywhere. So it's essentially providing a framework for if you wanted to reorganize society so that this isn't a problem, how would you need to do it? And it gets very specific. It gives details. It's got economic plans, it's got the political plans, it addresses spiritual and cultural components. How does it need to be adapted to each region? There's a lot of very sophisticated design principles that basically say if you need a roadmap, if you need a plan for how to actually restructure society, this is what you need to think about and this is what you need to do. PROUT, or Progressive Utilization Theory, is just a certain socioeconomic theory that takes a lot of things from a lot of different theories and a lot of different sources of knowledge and condenses it into answering the question, how do we live without dragons? How do we create a system that is equal and remains equal and that is stable over time and that encourages the growth and well-being of everyone who's participating in society?
The Progressive Utilization Theory, also known as PROUT, offers a guiding vision for transformative social change and is a powerful paradigm for resilient socioeconomic development. The fundamental purpose of PROUT is not to make a profit or grow an economy. It is to offer opportunities for people to develop their full potential, spiritual, mental, physical. Beyond developing individual potential, PROUT seeks to maintain a dynamic balance between society, the individual, and the environment. The value base of PROUT is neo-humanism, an expansion of humanism that extends respect for human life to include all life and recognizes the inherent value and interconnectedness of all life. Neo-humanism is spiritual in nature not because it subscribes to any religious view, but because it acknowledges the unity at the base of all life and the spiritual essence at the core of all beings. PROUT has a set of fundamental design principles that guides development and maintains a balance between social equilibrium and social progress. These design principles can be applied to any society according to their social, economic, and environmental needs. As people increasingly realize that the exploitation and extraction of human and environmental resources offers nothing but dead endings for humanity, PROUT offers a blueprint to a viable future that is bright for humanity.